everybody, I'm Emily from the Come Play with E blog. We have our issue Too Many Bones here. See, this is the inside of the box. Your turn to talk.
Today Emily is going to do a teach and play of Too Many Bones. Emily is going to be playing as Nugget, which is her favorite character. And we will be battling Mulmesh. The tyrant she picked today will be Mulmesh.
He is one of the easy baddies. We don't want to start out too high. It will come with much harder baddies.
So to do our setup today, what we did was we shuffled up the trove and loot decks. We pulled out a couple of attack and defense die. We also pulled out some poison die because we know that's coming our way. Emily is starting in what's called greenhorn mode. This is for new players and for younger players, which means she starts with 2 additional health and she gets to spend 1 training point before the adventure begins. Emily, why don't you tell them what you used your training point to buy?
I used it to buy my slingshot sword. That sword never missed.
It is actually called the long blade. It is die number 10, the long blade, and she is right, it has no bone sides. So it will never miss, and it does not get exhausted either, which we'll get into exhausted later, and you'll find out exactly what that means. We've also set up all the chips that we need, the 1 point, 5 point, and 20 point baddies based on the card Mulmesh gave us. It told us right down here, those 3 little symbols, the paw, the mushroom, and that blue symbol. It tells us which baddies need to be in the starting baddie chip deck.
The blue symbol's hearts.
There are hearts, okay. So now what we're gonna do is Emily is actually gonna take you through a play and she's gonna teach you how to play while she's going. She's playing a solo game today, so we are using only solo encounters in our solo deck. Emily doesn't know how to read just yet, so I'm gonna do all the reading for you. But other than that, she's gonna take you through it. We'll be back in just a second. And we're back.
So, we're starting with round 1.
Okay, you want me to read? Or you want to talk a little bit?
You can read.
Okay, so the encounter says, leaving Obendar, only 12 hours till dawn, and the send-off ceremony that will no doubt change the lives of every remaining Gearlock, and likely every life in Daylor. Weapons and supplies are ready to go, but the night is young and adrenaline fills the veins. It's clear no sleep will be had tonight. There's sure to be some shady peddlers in dark alleys ready to deal in loot. Then again, some last-minute training could pay a nice dividend by morning. So what to do? What to do? Emily has 2 choices. She can squeeze in some last-minute self-improvement, which will gain her 2 training points. Or she can shake down a shady peddler, which will get her a training point, and each party member may draw 2 loot and choose to keep 1. Baby, so which one do you want to do? Do you want to do true training points?
The top one.
Okay, Emily usually goes for option number 1 because she likes all the training points she can get. So why don't you tell us what you're going to pick, sweetie?
I'll get my Wildborn.
Emily's choosing the Wildborn die.
Should I tell them that I don't use it?
She normally doesn't use the Wildborn die, but the Wildborn die may be rolled if there are more baddies on the battle mat than Gearlocks. If that's the case, she can roll the die and apply it to any number point baddie. The baddie will then be added to the bottom of the battle queue. But once it comes back, it'll be at full health. In order to get the next die that she needed to get Wildborn. So what was the die that you actually wanted, sweetheart?
This, which is my...
Lucky.
Lucky.
Right, so she wanted her lucky die. So Emily can set her lucky die in her locked section to be on any side that she wants. And in any turn that she does what, babe? You don't roll any bones.
I can use it to get 1 more health. Or any of the other sides of the die that you choose.
Why don't you tell us what the other side of the dies are?
+1 bone. Is that a +1 bone?
You get a +1 health, attack.
Attack, defense.
And yes, a bone.
And blank sides.
Okay, so Emily is...
Who would want to choose a blank side?
I think it's just there. All right, Emily has also gained 1 progress point, so she's going to move her bead on her adventure mat 1 day closer to fighting Mulmesh. And she's got to turn her day counter to day number 2. Can you also move the bead, honey? There we go. She's 1 day closer. All right, sweetie, you ready for your next encounter? Day 2, hardly out of the gate. 15 steps into the journey. 15 steps, and already a gearlock boot is struck through by an arrow. Luckily, no toes were killed. Teeth are clenched and a painful tug is made while looking around in embarrassment. Yow! Now sufficiently ticked, it's time to return the favor to the ominous figures at the edge of the woods. A commotion breaks out atop the city wall, interrupting all thoughts. Guards have now spotted the brazen intruders and are notching their arrows. Their help is at the ready. Like it or not, this adventure is underway. All right, once again, Emily has 2 options. She can choose to hail the guards for help. The baddie cue, which Emily will tell you about in just a minute, will be made of our baddie points. And at the start of each round, arrows from the wall deal 1 true damage to each baddie. Her second option is it's time to show Obendar what gearlocks are made of. This will get no help from the wall, but will get her an extra training point if she chooses this option.
I'll choose the no help option.
No help option. Okay, so Emily's going to get no help. She's going to make up a baddie cue. Emily, why don't you tell us how we make the baddie cue?
I was going to say something before that. Well,
I know, but you have to stay here.
I usually get help from the wall, but I'm going low price today.
All right, no help for you today. So tell them how you make the baddie cue. Okay, so what you do is you take the day number that we're up to, which is what day?
1, 2.
Day 2, and you usually times it by the number of gearlocks, but there's only 1 gearlock playing today, so our baddie cue will be made up of 2 points. So we will take 2 one-point baddies. Okay, and the first one that we're going to see today is going to be a dragon whelp. You'll see some interesting things here on the dragon whelp chip. Emily, do you want to tell them how to read the chips?
Yes.
Okay, come tell them. Let's start with this. What's up here? This 2 with the blood drop.
Can I stand in front of here?
You can stand right where you are, babe. You're good.
The 2 with the blood drop is how many health the dragon whelp will have.
Right, so he's going to have 2 health. What's that 5?
That 5 is where he's going to go right here. That's what turn he goes on. So he's at a 5 in his little blue.
Okay, and what is this 2 over here?
That's how many attack he does.
How many attack dice he's going to roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is this?
1. He only defends 1 if he ever rolls a D.
Right. And down here we have this little symbol, which means what? The little bow and arrow, doesn't that mean where he starts on the battle mat?
He's ranged.
Right. So he's going to start in a ranged position on the battle mat. Okay, and this, if there was multiple players, would show who he's going to target. So he would go after what, Ben?
The strongest.
Mm-hmm. You also know that he has an ability. It says Weaken 1. Okay? Weaken 1 says that target must reduce their dexterity by that number for the next turn. Place a weaken effect dice on the target. So we'll talk about dexterity and that in just a minute. So Emily's going to go ahead and place this guy on the board.
Yes, I'll get you tell them about the next one.
All right, while you get that guy ready.
Mm-hmm.
The next one that we're going to pull out is going to be a kobold tracker. Like Emily discussed before, he has 2 health. He's going to have a 6 initiative to start. He has some attack dice, but it has an X. That has to go with this compound keyword. That means that he is going to roll attack dice equal to the round number. So he gets harder as things go by. He also has this keyword hardy. Baby, you want to tell him what hardy means?
Hardy means no matter how much you hit him, he only takes 1 damage.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, and you'll also notice that he, too, is a ranged character, and he would go after the weakest if there was more than one player. All right, babe. There you go. There's your Cobalt tracker, and you'll notice that Emily is setting up the battle mat. She's already put the first baddie down, and she's put a blue chip underneath him. She moved a bit, put a blue chip underneath him. That signifies that he is in lane 1. She's put 2 red health chips underneath him for his health. And now she's getting ready for the next one.
Mommy, you get to see these.
That's because you turned it backwards up. There you go. Okay.
But then they'll get to see them.
They can't see it on the camera. It's okay. So now she's going to set up our Cobalt. He is going to get a chip underneath him too. He's going to have a purple chip underneath him because he's in lane 2.
Purple's my favorite color.
So you like lane 2? And she's placing them both on the battle mat in lane 2. And then she's going to choose where to place herself on the battle mat. Emily, are you a ranged character or are you a melee character?
Both.
Okay.
But I can only go melee right now.
Why?
Because I don't have any slingshot stones.
So you need some slingshot stones in order to be ranged, right?
Yes. In fact, I do. See.
Can you help me? Put it back. All right.
Now, I have to roll.
She's going to roll her initiative die. And what did you roll, babe?
4.
A 4. So she's on the bottom of the initiative meter.
My turn?
So now we're going to start the round. Okay.
It's round 1.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Who goes first?
the dragon, the Cobalt tracker.
Why does he go first?
Because he was a 6 on his little green line.
Awesome. So what is he going to do to you?
Whoa. So he rolls 1 attack against me. And nothing else.
Tell us what he got.
1.
Okay, so he's going to attack Emily for 1. So she's going to take away 1 of her health chips.
You can get fancy health chips, or the game comes with health chips you may not like. Like these. These are the fancy health chips.
Premium health chips. Okay, so now he's done. What happens next?
He goes all the way up to the top since he's done. My turn. 5.
Not your turn. Whose turn is it?
His.
Who's that?
He's the little baby dragon. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's he going to roll against you?
He's gonna attack me for 2 and he gets 1 defense.
So Emily, why'd you put that die on the chip?
That's a defense die. It means that it's a shield. So the next time you hit him, it's a 1. You can get a 1 or 2. Next time you hit him for 1, he's not going to take that 1 damage because he doesn't take the damage because he has a defense die.
Awesome. All right.
We'll talk about that at the end of the game.
What's next?
Now, we have my turn. I get...
Tell us how many dice you get to roll.
I get to roll 3 dice.
How do you know that?
Because I have this on my mat.
You're under your what? What's it called?
Dexterity.
Right, you have 3 dexterity. That means you get to roll 3 dice, right?
I'm gonna roll this,
Your long blade,
this,
an attack,
and this.
and a defense. Okay. How many attack dice can you roll?
1,
You're
2.
You're allowed to roll 2, but you only chose to roll 1. What about defense dice? How many are you allowed to roll?
1.
Okay. That's what you start off with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you change those numbers?
Only if you get these die.
How do you get those die?
When you get training points.
Okay.
Of course.
Cool. Hold on. Leave it in there. I'll show it to the camera what you rolled. Don't touch them.
Oh, I couldn't have rolled this.
Why?
Your roll. Defense. Happy.
Oh, she had to move. Okay, so here's what she rolled. She rolled a 1 and a 1. So you guys can see that. We're not fancy here with multiple cameras yet. All right, so tell us what you got. What's going to happen? You were supposed to, first, before you rolled, what were you supposed to do?
What?
You're supposed to tell us who you were attacking, right?
I was attacking this guy.
Okay, who's this guy?
Cobalt Tracker. I attack him for I attack him for 1, which is good because he's hardy.
Okay. And what happened with that other die?
That other guy wasn't discarded.
So what did you do with it? It was a shield, wasn't it?
Yeah, a shield 1.
So what did you do with it?
You tell them.
She locked it in her mat under her locked so that she can use it later if someone attacks her, right? You also put your lucky die in there on what face?
Whatever you want.
What did you choose?
I choose the health.
Okay, so now every time
I didn't roll a bone.
Every time you don't roll bones, what happens?
Get 1 health back.
That's right.
I didn't roll bones.
So now Emily started off by telling you guys that she was going to roll an attack die, a defense die, and her long blade, and then she took her attack die away. She took her attack die away because she had to use 1 dexterity to walk over to the kobold to attack him because she's melee right now. So whenever you move on the battle mat, what do you have to do, babe?
Attack!
Whenever you move on the battle mat, you have to use a dexterity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the end of round 1. We're on to round 2.
Hey! I didn't kill anybody.
That happens, right? Now we go on to round 2.
I thought you meant number.
Oh, no. Round 2. Okay, so now we start over.
I moved my die on accident, and it landed right to the number it was before.
Okay, that's all right. All right, so what happens now?
Now we have a little party. Party, 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 party.
Not yet. You didn't win. You can't party till you win.
Okay. I will have a little party when I win this round.
Okay.
Now, because first is the kobold tracker. Ooh, I want the kobold tracker.
Why are you moving him around on the mat? Put it back where he goes. So what's he going to roll now?
He is going to roll 1 die.
Is he going to roll 1 die?
Nope. 2 die.
Why?
2 die.
Because it's round 2.
Yeah. Can you do the talking?
You're going to have to teach. Come on. Keep going. What'd you get, babe? What did he get, I should say?
He got a 3.
Ouch. But wait, do you take 3 damage? did you only take 2 damage?
Because I had a shield. But the shield goes bye-bye.
Right. Okay, so who's after that cobalt tracker? He put a hurt on you, didn't he?
You know you got more attack than defense.
I think I took out the same amount, but it doesn't matter. Who's
You
next?
did. You did actually. I was looking at all of them, and I forgot. I'm gonna kill this cobalt tracker.
That's not your turn, though, is it?
No, his turn.
Who's his turn? The dragon?
So now the next dragon, the dragon whelp's gonna be attacking me.
Okay.
Didn't he just attack me for 3?
No, that was the cobalt.
Oh.
So Emily rolled what? Yeah, they can't see, babe. Tell them what you got.
I got a die.
Well, hold him. He wasn't supposed to roll this. He wasn't supposed to roll a defense die, right? Because he already had one, so that one doesn't count. But he rolled 2 attack die against you, and what did he get? 3. It's hard for them to see like that, babe. It's okay. So he attacked you for 3. So now how much health do you have left?
1.
All right. Now it's your turn, right?
Yes.
What are you gonna roll?
Defense and 2 swords.
2 swords or your long blade in this?
They're both swords.
All right, what did you get? You didn't see. Remember, you're supposed to say
I
you're
got-
attacking.
I'm attacking the cobalt tracker. I got a 1 hit. 2. But I can only hit them for 1, so I have to put this back. A 1 for my long land.
Did you roll any bones?
Nope.
So if you didn't roll any bones,
I get 2 health. And I kill this guy.
okay. So you killed the cobalt tracker. He's gone, so he's removed from the mat. And you got, how did you get a health back?
Because I used my die.
You didn't roll any bones, right? All right, so you remove his chip from the mat, you remove his die from the initiative track, right?
Yes. Oh, no. Is this round 3?
Now you're going into round 3.
No. He goes first.
The dragon.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to roll a defense because he has one ready, right?
Mm-hmm. He rolled 2 bones.
Ooh, all right, that was nice. So 2 bones mean he misses you.
Mm-hmm.
So now what?
My turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll my long blade and my sword.
That's only 2 dice.
Yeah, because I had 3 and
Oh, you still have a shield. Okay. Well, can't you roll another attack die?
mm-mm.
How many attack die does it say you can roll?
2, but I like rolling my long blade.
I know, but you can roll 3 dice.
I know, but I moved.
Oh, you moved. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I attacked him for 1.
So you got 1 bone.
Oh, I didn't attack him at all.
So you got a bone.
I did attack him for 1. I just took it 0 away.
From your long blade, but what about your other die? What did that give you?
I forget.
Did it give you a bone?
Mm-mm.
Well, if it didn't give you a bone, then you would have attacked him for 2, wouldn't you?
I think it did. It gave me a bone.
So what do you do with bones when you roll them?
If you want to, you could put them right here.
What's that? Your backup plan?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens with your backup plan? With Nugget's backup plan, when she has 1 bone, she can choose to collect stones, which increases her sling stone die by 1. And when she has sling stones, then she can do what? You can do ranged attacks, right? If she has 2 bones, she can trade the 2 bones in to heal for?
To heal for what?
2 HP. 3 bones has no effect. 3 bones lets her disable any adjacent 5-point baddie or less. 5 gives her the coup de grace at the end of the round. She places herself on top of the initiative meter. And 6 bones lets her upgrade to innate +1, which we will get to her innate hopefully at the end of one of these rounds when she gets loot. All right, so we're on to round 4 now.
Yeah. Round 4. I'll tell you about round 6 in just a minute.
All right, well, hopefully we'll get there. Maybe you'll kill him before round 6.
Yeah, maybe. I'll tell you about round 6 after this round.
Okay.
And after a little party.
If you may.
Now. It's his turn. So, little baby dragon wolf is going to roll a defense and to attack. He got a 1 defense and a 2 attack. We put the attacks back. He kills me.
You don't have any defense?
I had 1. Griffin stole that. Griffin stole that.
It's a close one. Woo-wee. All right, what are you going to roll against him? Tell us what you're choosing.
These.
Say it.
My long blade, a defense, and a sword. Ooh.
What happened? What'd you get?
I got I got 3 swords.
So you killed him?
Mm-hmm. I killed him. You better believe it. With 1 health.
1 health left. Okay, so for beating this encounter, Emily gets to party.
Party, 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 party.
And she also gets 1 progress point on the map.
1 progress point.
1 progress point on the adventure map. 1 step closer. She gets 2 training points and a loot. So Nugget has her innate ability, and Nugget's innate ability is that she gets to draw 2 loot. This is her special power. Nugget gets to draw 2 loot, look at them both, and choose which one she wants to keep. So Emily's going to look at her 2 loot.
We have
Zelfie seeds, which you can heal any gear lock for 2 HP. And then she has a prying iron, which I can't see what it says from here. Here, let's bring it to the camera. The prying iron says, add 2 to an action die result during your lockpick attempt. And this actually has 2 uses. And you can see right here it has 2 uses. You can cock the card to show when you use it. So Emily, which one are you going to keep?
The Zelfie seed.
The Zelfie seed. So she's going to discard the prying iron. She also gets 2 training points to spend. Emily, what are you going to spend your training points on?
What I'm going to spend my training points on is... I'm going to spend my training points on these 2 die.
Okay, tell me what numbers they are.
They're 11 and...
She's going to spend it on Nugget's dagger.
And the other one.
Which is the other one, honey? What did you pick? What number is it?
The 5.
Number 5, which is combat proficiency. Combat proficiency is kind of like the luck die, right? Except she just rolls it for one-time use. All right? So that is the end of round 1.